He led me out of the room, and I followed slowly, my eyes adjusting to the light. What I saw outside was much worse than I expected. My father and Mark were both tied to chairs, and Edward was standing with his back leaning against a table and a gun in his hands. Mark's face lit immediately when he saw me walk out of the room.
Julie.
He smiled. His eyes were damp.
Quite the bait, isn't she?
Said Edward, his voice now calm, a wide, winning smile on his face. As usual, he wasn't looking at me. He made a motion for his 2 men to leave. They walked out, closing the heavy door behind them. I heard their footsteps go up the stairs and out of the building. A car engine started. There were just the 4 of us left in the room. Edward stood firm like a statue, in no hurry to move.
Come here, Julie,
he said, still not looking at me. I took a step forward. He put his hand into his pocket, pulled out an envelope, and laid it on the table in front of him. It was closed tightly around a small, round object. On the envelope, it was written, "Welcome to the Guild." Then, Edouard did something that completely surprised both me and my father. He took off his own blue diamond and laid it gently on the floor. I took a step back and looked at my father, who was now watching Edouard intently, alert. The ring was the magical means of the guild to know when the head of the guild used his magic and what he was using it for. The head of the guild never took it off. What was Edouard about to do that he didn't want the guild to see? We watched him as he leaned forward and pointed his gun at Mark. "Edouard!" I shouted.
You've played your part quite well.
Nothing in my life was ever as painful as the look in Mark's eyes when he heard these words. In that moment, he saw things the way Edouard wanted him to see them, that he had been tricked, used, tempted by a woman he hardly knew, a woman who did not desire him, but instead wanted him as a means for something else, like the others he had spoken of. It was a look of anger, disappointment, surprise, and most of all, of hate. The kind of hate that only the pain of a broken heart could produce. That look in his eyes and my new awareness of his feelings hit me like a sharp knife to the heart. My chest collapsed inward in pain. Mark shook his head and a tear came down.
How could you?
He whispered with anguish. He clenched his fists, his eyes red with rage. His lips quivered like a volcano about to explode. And then, with all his spite, he said loudly,
"You bitch!"
"You missed by 1 letter, son,"
said my father. Edouard laughed. My father looked at him.
"Put that down before you hurt somebody. We both know you won't shoot him. You risk too much exposure. The guild won't stand for it."
Mark looked at him sideways when he said the word guild.
And who will tell them?
Edward smiled.
You, George, the man who left us? You think anyone will believe you? That it wasn't an accident? Your own daughter's about to join the guild? I've just given her a blue diamond ring.
Mark looked at me with spite.
"My daughter will never be one of you."
That's not up to you now, is it?
Edward said. And then he pulled the trigger.